Well, good morning and welcome back to the Capitol, the first day of the legislative session. This morning, we have board members from the Healthy Estate Initiative that have joined us. Chairman of the board, Rick Juergens, who is really one of the founders of this, and also Terry Rich. Lieutenant Governor Reynolds and I would like to thank the many businesses, organizations, civic leaders, and private citizens who are working to improve the well-being of Iowans. We are proud of the progress that we've made in the last 2 years since launching this private initiative, which is publicly endorsed. In fact, we've gone from 19th to 9th in the Gallup Healthways Wellbeing Index. But there's still plenty more work to be done. And we need to continue to move the needle towards better health for all Iowans by focusing on 5 priorities that significantly impact a person's well-being. We can build more partnerships between employees and supervisors in the workplace. We can pay closer attention to what we eat. A simple first step is to fill half of your plate with fruits and vegetables. And if you notice, I did that this morning at the breakfast. We can help our minds be sharper by learning to do interesting things each and every day. We can take better care of our dental health by visiting a dentist at least once every year. And we can stop smoking. Next Thursday, January 23rd, visitors to the state capitol will have a chance to meet the people who are working in partnership with the Healthy Estate Initiative on these objectives. Please stop by and find out how community garden networks can improve nutrition. Discover the role that Iowa's parks and libraries and public television play in providing free, accessible opportunities for us to learn and do interesting things in our daily lives. Learn more about the role that dentists play in the overall well-being and incentives available for dentists interested in practicing in rural Iowa. Connect with resources to help workplaces become tobacco-free, like we did at Des Moines University when I was the president. I encourage you to attend and learn more for yourself. And now I'd like to turn it over to Lieutenant Governor Reynolds to tell you more about it.
Well, thank you, Governor Branstad, and good morning. In Iowa, we have many organizations that are working to help Iowans become healthier, and they have they host a variety of special fitness events. These activities vary widely from the Healthy Estate Initiative 1K walk to the trek up Mount Kilimanjaro led by Above and Beyond Cancer. And each event really does serve as an opportunity to connect with one another in the journey towards better health. Today, leaders of the Healthy Estate Initiative announced a new Seal of Approval program. This program is designed to really start to keep doing what we're doing by increasing visibility of fitness events that really continue to support physical activity. Eligible events across the state will be endorsed and promoted by the Healthy Estate Initiative. So to become endorsed, event organizers can go to the Healthy Estate Initiative website and submit some basic information. Event promoters can then highlight their connection to this initiative through the use of a special Healthy Estate Initiative endorsed event logo. The first endorsed event will take place at the state capitol as part of the Healthy Estate Initiative and a Day on the Hill. And again, as the governor indicated, that is on Thursday, January 23rd. Representative Mark Smith and Senator Pam Yoakum will join the governor and me on a brisk 15-minute walk, and since it is January and it's 23rd of January, it will be inside of the Capitol, not outside of the Capitol. The walk will begin at 11:45, and it will begin outside the legislative chambers on the second floor, and it will conclude on the first floor rotunda, where everybody again will have the opportunity to explore the Healthy Estate Initiative Expo. We invite legislators, staff, as well as visitors to join us on January 23rd in this inaugural Healthiest State Initiative endorsed event. Iowans, they know that in order to be the healthiest state, it must include physical activity as part of our daily routine. And with that in mind, Governor Branstad and I would certainly like to thank Chairman Terry Rich and his committee for their strong leadership and development of the special endorsement program, and really the opportunity for us to lead the first endorsed event. So thank you for giving us that opportunity, and we look forward to putting our tennis shoes on and that 15-minute brisk walk.
We'd be glad to respond to questions, as well as Rick Juergens and Terry Rich are here to respond as well. Are there questions?
How much did it cost to come up with the logo?
This is all privately funded. There's no state tax dollars that's gone into it. We've had generous support from the private sector in doing this. So
There was no cost of this particular.
So a lot of this is being done by volunteers. People are giving their own time and talents and resources to help do this. I think that's one of the reasons why it's been so well received and so successful. And instead of looking at mandatory or punitive things, we've tried to look at things that encourage positive action on behalf of individuals and people taking ownership of their own health, and businesses working with communities to make it happen. Yes.
So how are you going to, what's going to be the criteria for getting this logo? For example, if there's some controversial group that takes some type of a controversial position, and I don't want to give examples, and they want to sponsor their own march among their controversial group of people, are they going to be able to qualify?
We had a lot of discussion on how to get all Iowans active, get all Iowans moving, and this is that way. So if the organization gets Iowans moving and becoming more healthy, then we're accomplishing this goal, and that's how you get the seal of approval. So it's more on a criteria of making sure that you show that that organization is moving, and the criteria of around 1K, but you can swim, you can bike. There's a lot of different ways. You can do regular exercises, and we hope to embrace all of those as we do that. Thank you.
So you could be a controversial organization while you're doing healthy activity?
I was trying to think of an example. Newspaper.
You're too good.
You might say you walked into that one.
Yeah.
But other questions? Okay, well, we take questions on other subjects as well this morning.
Governor, you've been heading into legislative session since the 1970s.
That's true. 1973 was my first session as a state representative.
Are you approaching it in a different way?
Well, I'm really encouraged about this session, and as you know, from the many of you were at the AP-sponsored forum. The Lieutenant Governor and I spoke, and then legislative leaders spoke, and I think we can see there's a developing consensus to deal with a very focused agenda. Our home base, Iowa, which we've already announced, but we'll be announcing more of the details of that tomorrow in the condition of the state address. Our broadband initiative, which can help connect every Iowan with high-speed internet. Our anti-bullying legislation, which will hopefully improve the well-being of our students and give us better tools to deal with the problem of bullying. And of course, our focus on reducing student debt and many other things to help us grow the Iowa economy and bring more good jobs here and help make sure Iowans have the skills to meet, to be able to get those jobs and those careers. So I'm as encouraged as I've ever been. The state's financial house is in order. Yes, we have a split legislature, but we've proven that we can work together and we can accomplish things. This is Iowa, not Washington, D.C. We don't spend all our time attacking and berating each other, but instead we try to tackle real problems and try to make a difference in the lives of Iowans. And it's an honor and a privilege for me to serve as governor of this state, and it's something that I'm very humbled to have been chosen to have this great opportunity, and I want to make the best of it. say just listen to the speech?
June.
Yeah, hard work, working together, and working hard. These are a couple of themes that we will mention in the speech tomorrow, and how that makes a real difference.
Governor, do you think that this bridge scandal in New Jersey is going to affect Governor Christie's chances in the Iowa caucus?
Well, first of all, I would say Governor Christie was very direct, and I think it's pretty amazing. He had a press conference that lasted almost 2 hours, and he answered every question. This is what I call leadership. When you have a challenge, you have a problem. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more looking into it, but I think he was deeply disappointed on members of his staff that did some things that were inappropriate, and he took action to get rid of them, to dismiss them. And I guess time will tell how this goes, but I think he handled it like a leader should. Take ownership and take action to see that it doesn't happen again.
Would it have been possible for you to not know these things if this happened in your administration?
You know, being governor, there's a lot of things that happens that you don't know about until after the fact. We try to do the best we can to encourage departments and agencies and staff to keep us informed. But sometimes, and there's only so many hours of the day and so many opportunities, that sometimes things happen that you're not aware of. So yes, it's possible that these kind of things can happen. This is a very unfortunate situation, and I think Governor Christie did what any leader should do, in that directly and in a very, I think in a very humble and thoughtful way, address it, and in a very direct and forceful way.
Would you like to have Governor Christie here in Iowa this year to fundraise or campaign for running him?
Well, first of all, he's the chairman of the Republican Governors Association, and he was here in 2010 for me and did a very fine job. And of course last year Governor Jindal was chair of the Governors Association, and he came to Iowa and helped us raise some money. So we're not going to turn down other Republican governors that want to support and help us. Governor Walker from Wisconsin has been here. Actually, I've received some help from Governor Perry in his state of Texas. So any Republican governor that wants to come and help our cause, we would certainly appreciate and enjoy having their support.
Governor, you're an attorney. What do you think about this idea that the Wood Registry wrote about it the other day about Iowa lawsuit?
Well, as someone that took the bar, I think they ought to take the bar. I think it's, well, first, and also I was president of Des Moines University, where medical students have to pass 3 levels of board examination before they can practice medicine. And they also have to go through extensive residency program. So I think this is part of making sure that people are qualified and competent to do the job. This is the first I'd heard about this. I was kind of surprised to hear that they were thinking about, and the bar exam is not like it used to be either. When I took the bar exam, it was the Iowa bar and not the multi-state bar, and you turned in your name and got a number, so it was anonymous, so that people grading it didn't know who it was. And then it was 4 hours on Monday morning, 4 hours on Monday afternoon, 4 hours on Tuesday morning, 4 hours on Tuesday afternoon, 4 hours on Wednesday morning. And they graded it as it went. So on Monday afternoon, they're grading what was written on Monday morning. And then the neat thing about it was then on Wednesday night, they posted the numbers of the people that failed. So you went and looked for a number you didn't want to see. In fact, I went and looked twice to make sure. And I did pass it. Now, I was kind of unusual because I took the bar exam before I had graduated. Because I was already elected to the legislature, and so I took the bar exam in the spring of 1974, and I still had 9 hours to take in summer school. So, and I did pass the bar exam. I did not get to be sworn in the next morning with everybody else because I had to wait until I'd passed my 9 hours in Drake Law School. And once I'd gotten that notification, and I was able to just get in my car and drive to Des Moines and get sworn in. That was the time that Chief Justice was C. Edwin Moore, but he wasn't there, so Ward Reynoldsson swore me in. And later he's the one that swore me in as governor when he was the Chief Justice. So I guess I'm one that has some nostalgic feelings about retaining the Iowa State Bar, having that bar examination, and I think it's been good for protecting the quality and the integrity of the legal profession in our state.
Speaker Wilson said this morning that we're not to be talking about income tax cuts this session. That's something that we'll be talking about, or you can do it anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm interested in reducing the tax burden, make Iowa more attractive for investments in jobs, and reducing the burden for Iowa taxpayers. And the House has already passed significant income tax relief. Unfortunately, the Senate viewpoint, especially the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee in the Senate, has a totally different viewpoint. He wants to raise taxes on job creators and higher income people while reducing taxes on other people. Now, remember, last year we already accepted his idea of substantially increasing the earned income tax credit. So I think we've already done significant things to help people with the earned income tax credit. And I think the likelihood of seeing an agreement to reduce taxes across the board for all Iowans on the income tax is probably not very likely this session.
Governor, do you agree with Trombino's idea of spending up to $100,000 to redo the DOT logo, especially at a time when the DOT is short of money?
Well, first of all, Paul Trombino has been a great problem solver. He arrived here, became director of the DOT just before the flood hit in Missouri River in 2011. And you know what happened? He put together a great strategy to deal with the damage. Now, that flood lasted from June till mid-September, and he put together a strategy to rebuild all of the Interstate 680 was closed for all that period of time, and yet in 34 days, because of the strategy he put together, it was rebuilt, and we got full federal reimbursement. Not only that highway, but all the other roads and bridges in western Iowa. And we supposedly would have 6 months, but it was 6 months from June, not 6 months from September. So he did a great job on that. He's done a number of other things to conserve resources. I used to, when I did call-in shows or went to town hall meetings, I'd hear from people, why are you building these art galleries for rest stops? And he's made some changes to prevent that. And we want to have a clean and good rest stops, but it also makes sense to protect the taxpayers' interest. He's also made a number of other changes to reduce administrative costs. You may have noticed at the public hearing on the DOT budget last year, we had the largest 2013 $600 million spent on our primary highway system. 2014, it's going to be $700 million, another record. So he's done a great job, and I think what he wants to do is modernize the logo of the DOT, but do it over time. So this is being done over a 4 or 5 year period. And when you look at the overall budget of the DOT, I don't think this is inappropriate. And he's saved literally hundreds of millions of dollars and been able to dramatically increase the funding for the road system. So I wouldn't object to what he's doing to modernize the DOT logo.
Thanks, Governor.
Thank you.